Memphis, Tennessee, a celebrated piece of American musical theater, makes history on the African continent. The Market Theatre has partnered with Hattiloo Theatre, and they are presenting the African premiere of a Tony-nominated Blues in the Night. This is a powerful blend of blues music, of jazz, of gospel, and it explores some very universal, very relatable themes, might I add, of love, of heartbreak, and survival. Set to be running, or started running rather, from the 5th until the 22nd of February this year. This production centers the emotional lives of Black women through timeless music, with the likes of Bessie Smith, Duke Ellington arriving during the Black History Month. So the Market Theatre's 50th anniversary and the 17th year since South Africa's 1956 Women's March. Very, very relevant in terms of timing as well. So let's talk about Blues in the Night. It sounds very exciting and definitely up yours and my alley, without a doubt. Ekundayo Bandele is joining me in their capacity as founder and chief executive officer of Hattiloo Theatre. Ekundayo, a pleasure to have you on Channel Africa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. A pleasure, a pleasure. It sounds like such an important story, and I think it's so wonderful to note the merging of the two theatres. Perhaps give us a history of Hattiloo Theatre and its meeting with the Market Theatre here in South Africa.
Well, Hattiloo Theatre opened in Memphis, Tennessee in 2006 in a small storefront. And so we're a Black repertory theater, so we do around 6 to 8 plays every year. Back in 2014, we built a new theater. So it has 2 theaters and a coffee shop and things along those lines. And we continue to do our work. Leading up to our 20-year anniversary, and right here with the Market Theater's 50-year anniversary, it seemed really, everything just lined up. It seemed very fortuitous for the two organizations to come together to produce something. And so the Market Theatre has a strong international presence, international reputation. Hattiloo is pretty much regional within Memphis. But in talking with their creative team and Greg, we decided that, hey, bringing a show over that is authentically Memphis and that region that Hattiloo is in would be a great fit to celebrate not only Black history on the continent and in South Africa, but also leading into the 50-year anniversary of the Market Theatre.
Oh, it's very, very exciting. A merging of Black theatres. And I think also in extension to that, what's so exciting is the universal themes. The center of the story around the emotional lives of Black women, and, how the story moves through different generations and cultures. Yeah, talk to us about the research that went into interrogating that before bringing it on the African continent.
Yeah. So one thing about blues music, for people who may not be that familiar with it, is that it came up out of field songs during the African Americans period of enslavement. And the blues was a merging of field songs as well as gospel songs. And it was all about the heart. It wasn't just about struggle. A lot of people think the blues is all about struggle, but it's also about triumph. And so this play specifically deals with the individual triumph of 3 different Black women who are dealing with not only just having a broken heart, but also having some trials and tribulations dealing in their lives. And so the way that this music comes together, it also shows how these women come together, because in the play, they are in each a different hotel room. And they all have their stories, and very seldom do they come together throughout the course of the play. So they come together at the beginning, they come together at the end of Act 1, and then they come together at the end. And it's showing that there's this trajectory of having a heart broken, finding one's own agency and self, and then saying, you know what, this is my life, these are my choices, and I'm going to be happy with me. And so looking at those themes of empowerment, looking at those things of uplift when it comes to Black women, it just seems that that was a fitting show to bring over here to the Market Theater, which is founded upon resilience, which is founded upon storytelling of the human condition, sometimes in conflict with itself. And so we definitely wanted to bring something that celebrates the historical significance and the heartbeat of the Market Theater.
This is wonderful. Okay, so if you've just started listening, we are talking about Blues in the Night and its debut here on the African continent. It's a beautiful partnership between the Market Theatre and the Hattiloo Theatre, and they are presenting this Tony nominated production here in South Africa. Let's take a break.
Call us on +27 63 406 9126. I can see my whole world changing. And contribute to the conversation. The voice of the continent, now online, with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more. Be inspired. Stay informed. Channel Africa, the beauty of life. Now available anytime, anywhere with our new app. Ahoy, matey!
Captain here to help, right, boys?
Set sail with us on a digital voyage like no other. Channel Africa has a treasure trove of awesomeness. That is our website and social media pages.
Tell me, why are you here?
We want you to be part of our adventure.
The winds are changing, Captain. And this time...
Imagine a world where curiosity knows no bounds, where entertainment meets enlightenment, and where every click leads to the African perspective. Visit us on our website, www.channelafrica.co.za, or follow us on Instagram, or on X at Channel Africa One. Go on, like us on Facebook at Channel Africa One. So, spread the word. Tell a friend that Channel Africa's online variety is what they need on the web. Channel Africa, the African perspective. This is the upside for Africa's most exciting content on the radio.
We're 24 minutes into 2 p.m. in Central African time. Let's continue our conversation with Ekundayo Bandele, who is the founder and chief executive officer of Hattiloo Theatre, which is a big, beautiful performance space in the USA, and they are bringing Blues in the Night to South Africa in their partnership with the Market Theatre. Very, very exciting. Ekundayo, let's interrogate the music further, because this is very important considering the fact that this is a musical. The music of Bessie Smith is in this particular production. Big artist, right? When we look at her era of the 1930s, when she was still I think she was the Empress of Blues, or the Queen of Blues at some point, right? And pianist Duke Ellington. Talk to us about the significance of that blues music in the play and in the here and now.
So the big thing about Bessie Smith, not only was she the Empress of the Blues, she actually she dispersed that music through what was called the Chitlin Circuit, which was a loose band of clubs throughout the South, and also going all the way up into Chicago, which is in the middle of the United States in Illinois. And so the albums, records were just coming out at that time, or rather really just getting popular, especially with Black artists. And so Bessie Smith, with her blues and not only her singing, but also the showmanship that she brought with it, she traveled along on that Chitlin Circuit, and she really helped spark the careers of many musicians that played with her, as well as some background singers. And she took the blues to a whole nother level. She is the one that really brought that feminine spirit, that warrior spirit into that music, which had been predominantly male dominated. And then you talk about Duke Ellington, who had the big band. Prior to him, it was more of kind of like a Scott Joplin type of music and jazz brought big band in a very melodic way. It wasn't just loud horns and strings and things along those lines. He brought a musicality to to that type of music that hadn't been seen before. And so those two individuals are very, very important to the development of Black music in America and to the Black music internationally.
Absolutely, on an international scale, and I like that you brought that in, because I'd like us to also look at the fact that it is Black History Month, as acknowledged by African Americans in the States, but how it's been able to kind of be cross border and move into African regions as well is something we cannot ignore. So the importance and significance of Black History Month in the here and now. What are you thinking around that, especially with the importance of the arts at this time?
Well, the beautiful thing is that there is a common denominator among the Black experience around the globe.
That's
So,
right.
of course, you have people on the continent who have their experience. You have throughout the diaspora. So, throughout Europe, throughout Asia, throughout the Americas, you find Black people everywhere. And so, these Black people really, they went out from our continent all over the world. So those experiences, even though you may have a different experience in Jamaica than one would in India, than one would in South Africa, there is a common denominator there about being a Black person on this planet. And so by doing this during Black History Month, by doing this in South Africa, in Johannesburg, at the Market Theatre, we are exploring what does that mean to be Black, not just in the Delta region of the United States, but bringing it to Johannesburg and South Africa. Can we explore that? Is there something in the audience, or rather someone in the audience, that is attracted to a particular number or a particular theme that is in the play? And when they find that music moves them, that character moves them, then that is the common denominator of the Black human spirit that is all around the globe.
Okay. Well, it's wonderful. I mean, I did note that the theatre play is currently on until the 22nd of February. Do you want to talk to us just a little bit about the cast?
Yes. So this is, everyone always says, oh, this is an incredible cast, but for real, this is an incredible cast. So first off, this was directed and choreographed by Emma Crystal.
Okay.
She is a choreographer and performer throughout the United States. We have Grant Key, who is the only male. We have Zan Edwards, who is playing kind of the real strong female. Then we have Chastity Alliston, who is listening to the radio, trying to mend her broken heart. And then we have Jamil Hunter, who's kind of that sultry Sarah Bond type. So you have this is the powerhouse cast, and it is being managed by Sia Trice, who is the stage manager, but also the technical director and the person making everything happen.
Man, this is so exciting. Okay, Blues in the Night. The title says it all. A powerful blend of blues, jazz, and gospel explorations of love, heartbreak, and survival. It was such a pleasure to chat to you, Ekundayo. Thank you very much, and all the best for the run until the 22nd.
Thank you so much. This has been a privilege and an honor.
Thank you. A pleasure indeed. Founder and Chief Executive Officer of Hattiloo Theatre in the USA, Ekundayo Bandele. Let's take the sports. It's 2:30.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.